Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be another home review and it's all about curtains and curtain rods, everything that has to do with that, where I got my curtains, why I like them. I have some that I actually got that I don't like and I'm going to share with you why I don't like them so much. I'm also going to show you my DIY Dropcloth no-sew curtains that I made, and these are great. I was going for that Restoration Hardware like luxe linen look. Those are like $300 a panel. Who spends $300 on one curtain panel? Not I. So I have found by getting thermal insulated blackout curtains, it has saved me a ton of money in heating and cooling. In the summertime when the sun is beating down in your house and it's really hot outside, instead of cranking up your AC, just close those curtains before it gets really hot in your house, and it will keep the cool inside and keep the heat out. Also in the wintertime when it's super cold outside, make sure you got those babies shut at night, and when the sun comes out in the morning, open them up, get some heat from the sunlight, and then close them up at night to keep that heat in. Having these thermal insulated curtains in the wintertime has saved me so much money. A lot of my windows in this house are those old single pane windows, and they just let that cold air right in. These are the Rose Home Fashion, the primitive linen look. They do have a linen look to them. They are 100% blackout, and the backside is white. So I have them in the 63-inch version on my shorter windows. They work perfectly, especially if you have radiator heat. They don't sit on top of your radiator heat and trap that heat between the curtains and the wall. And these do have that actual linen look. And they do block 100% of the light through them. Nothing's coming through here. These are the same Rose Home Collection primitive linen curtains. The white ones definitely do not look as good as the gray or the beige, but for some reason this does not look like real linen. The beige is my favorite, but here's a close-up. These kind of remind me of like hotel curtains. I adore these velvet curtains. They are from Muley on Amazon, and they're perfect. And the back is kind of this like dark green suede. So the nap goes up, and these are fantastic quality. I wouldn't consider these 100% blackout because you can still kind of see the outline of the window with the light shining through. It is still broad daylight outside, and you can see how cozy it is in here. These are from Target, and these are one of my favorites. The only reason I don't have them on right now is because they're too long and they hang in front of my radiator, but I will put these up in the summertime. These are heavy and they hang so nicely. And the cool thing about these is it has the pocket top, but it also has these tabs along the back if you wanted to give it like that tab kind of look. The quality of these is fantastic. It feels luxurious, it feels expensive, and it looks expensive, but they're from Target. I want to show you what this one looks like. You can see all of these slubs in this textured weave. So pretty. And then this is it hung by the tabs in the back. And these are just regular old drop cloths I got from Home Depot, attached with the drapery clip rings up at the top. The easiest way to do this is to get 9 of these drapery clip rings. I'm going to show you how I space them out. This is just the drop cloth folded over at the top. Now what you're going to want to do, have 1 on each end, pull this down to the very middle, and then clip your middle one on. So I have 3 over here, 3 over here, clip this right there, and then come over here, pull down to the middle, get your middle one clipped on, and then do the same thing, pull down to the middle. Now the thing with this is they don't have grommets up here, and this fabric is not trained to fold properly. When you go to open it up, if you just squish it together, it doesn't look so great. Open them like so. And then that looks really nice. Pick them up and shake them, plop them down. Bada bing, there you go. These white ones are from Tommy Hilfiger that I got at HomeGoods, and I love how they kind of pool at the bottom. A lot of the time, I like my curtains to just kiss the floor, but I can get away with it with such a wide window that the pooling on the floor isn't that crazy. On these, there is a little pocket hole, but I like the look of drapery clip rings, so you can always put drapery clip rings on curtains that have a pocket hole. Who says you can't? I love this kind of seersucker detailing. These are definitely farmhouse, but it's not too precious where it can't fit into a modern home as well. Next up, these are from Living Color. I got these at Big Lots. It says that they are light filtering, which they are. The thing I don't like is there's not enough weight to them and they kind of bell out at the bottom. They are light filtering, they're not blackout, but for me, they just don't have the right amount of weight to actually feel luxurious. So these are gonna have to go, and they do keep their wrinkles in them. I do really enjoy tab top curtains. I'm pretty sure I got these at HomeGoods. The only thing is with tab top curtains, if you open them up, when you try to close them, each individual little tab gets stuck on that connector. About every 6 inches apart, they have this nice little stitching detail, which is really pretty. I will look for a dupe for these online and link below what I find. Do like these curtains. They're pretty sheer. They're from Tommy Bahama, and I got these at HomeGoods. If you're looking to create that farmhouse vibe, look for curtains that has a little bit of a striping in it, either a horizontal stripe or a vertical stripe. It doesn't really matter the size of the stripe, but this definitely has that same French grain sack feeling, and it gives the sense of farmhouse. These are from Mainstays by Walmart. They are pretty sheer and thin, and they definitely feel synthetic. They get the job done. They're not the worst things in the world. Not my favorite, but I still do like them. These have a pocket hole at the top, but you can use drapery clip rings. I like to use the rings so the bottoms just barely touch the ground. I love these curtains. They are very similar to the blue striped ones, super thin. I got these at a yard sale, so I'm not sure where they're from, but I'm pretty sure they're Pottery Barn. If I can find a dupe or a link, I will link it below. Since this is a south-facing window, I would normally use the thermal curtains to keep the heat out in the summer and the cold out in the winter, but these are new windows and they do a really good job of insulating, so I like to have just these really pretty sheer gauzy ones up here. But something this sheer with a little bit of detail in it is so nice and elegant and definitely gives you those farmhouse vibes. These sheer curtains are from HomeGoods as well. I always like to do double hung with this sheer set behind. These are pretty gauzy. You can see the weave and the texture, which I think is really nice, but I do like the Target crushed ones a little bit more than these. If you're looking for the best sheer curtains to go on, especially like a double hung curtain rod, or if you just want sheer curtains in general, holy cow, these are by far my favorite. They have this crushed look to them, so it hides all those wrinkles, and they have a nice weightiness to them. They are super sheer, but I actually really like the way this looks when it's gathered on the curtain rod. Yeah, these are great. I just want to show you how beautiful these are when they're hung up. And they just lightly break at the ground, which is so pretty. You could also hang these with drapery clip rings, and that would give it a little bit more interest as well. Going into my laundry room, I just wanted some simple lace curtains that would add an element of farmhouse sweetness, and I love these. This is just a sheer panel I have above my desk. I love this peach color. I love the weightiness of it, so it hangs straight. You see that? It's kind of slinky. I picked this up from Walmart. I originally thought it had 2 panels in the package, but it didn't. It was just one, but I can get away with just one on this window. And it also bunches really nice because it hangs nicely. Now let me show you some of the things I got off Amazon that I do not like. These are from Amazon from the Tikkamon brand, and they have grommets at the top, which is really nice. Now it says that these are 99% blackout. That is a lie. I would say these are like maybe 80% blackout. They are made really well. The hems are great. The binding is great, but for just some reason, they're a little bit lackluster and I just don't love them. They don't really have like a woven texture in there. They are solid. Now this shows so many wrinkles. I've tried them on almost every window that I have a curtain rod on, and for some reason they just don't vibe with what I got going on. They might work for you. They are great quality, but they don't work for me. Now these are the Elizabeth curtains from the Home Linen collection, and online they look really nice. When you take them out and look at them in real life, woof. They do have a nice texture to them, but they are pretty sheeny, and holy Motel 6. Can you see the iridescence? Can you hear how crunchy they are? This is the backing. It feels really plasticky. They are really stiff, really crunchy, and then that iridescent sheen just totally makes these look like motel curtains. Like, I do like that the grommet is a little bit smaller. That makes it easier for hanging on smaller curtain rods that are closer up to your wall, but I think that's the only thing I like about them. HomeGoods is a really great place to find curtain rods, but the thing is, they don't keep the same stock in at all times. If you come across something that you really love at HomeGoods and you need a couple of them, make sure you get them all at the same time, because it's not guaranteed that they're gonna have that exact same style in the stores in another couple weeks or a month or so, because they do tend to keep up with what is trendy. Keep your eyes out at Walmart. They do have a really good selection of curtain rods and a really affordable price. A lot of the times they tend to lean a little bit more towards modern or trendier pieces. And now let's talk Big Lots. Big Lots has an amazing selection of curtain rods that are kind of in that antique-y, kind of oil rubbed bronze. And the smaller ones for smaller windows are great. They're like $3.50. The only thing is, don't extend them too far because they kind of sag in the middle and you don't really want to have a middle brace on a small window. I would definitely go a size up if you can, because the dowels tend to be a little bit more sturdier when they're in like the longer sections. These are the Kenney curtain rods from Amazon. They're supposed to look like cast iron piping with a little flange, and they're great. They are pretty lightweight, but they are durable and I love them. They definitely have that farmhouse feel. This is a DIY conduit curtain rod that I made myself. I'll be making an updated video on this. This is conduit that is used for electrical work that I spray painted in a hammered black. And this is an elbow connector for electrical work as well. But this back here is a flange that is used for plumbing. This corner piece and this flange is not supposed to fit together because this is for electrical and this is for plumbing. They're two different industries, but I've kind of finagled it to where it works. So this one along the back wall is the Kenney curtain rod from Amazon. Then over here, this one is the one that I made. Both of these ends and both of these ends have given me no problem. Moving around to the front, I needed a 13-foot curtain rod, so I made my own. And the only issue I've had was right there. Right now I just have it taped with some electrical tape, so I'm gonna fix it. I will be updating this curtain rod. I think I'm gonna do a double hung, and then I will do a video on how I made that exactly. I needed a curtain rod that could extend to 96 inches, and I find that HomeGoods has the best pricing when you're getting into the longer curtain rods. And they are super sturdy. These little balls right here are crazy heavy, and these curtains are pretty heavy, so make sure you have your ends anchored into a stud. These things weigh like, wait, let's go see. Okay, 1¼ pounds, not 5 pounds, but still over a pound for an end thing. That's crazy. This is a double hung curtain rod. I love double hung curtain rods. I wish I would have done this in every window. I always like putting sheer panels along the back so it can just let the light in during the day, and then doing the thicker ones on top. Now, I can't remember exactly where I got this. I kind of want to say Walmart. I like these little arabesque swirls on the ends and in the middle. I think it's so sweet. This is the Kenney Beckett curtain rod from Amazon. I love this detailing on the end. It's kind of antique. It is a pretty thin profile, but it's definitely sturdy. These are the medium-sized curtain rods from Big Lots that are pretty cheap. They're like $5, and they're really sturdy. These fleur-de-lis ones are awesome, and I got them from Walmart. The ends don't screw in, they just kind of compression fit, pop right in there. Another fleur-de-lis one from Walmart. These extension rods are great to have on hand for little windows like this. So these are curtain tiebacks and these look so nice. You could change these out if you wanted, and you just put 2 little screws in the wall. There you go.